Hello, welcome to Hope for Flint. I'm your host, Kristen Wolosinovich, and we are here in the downtown Flint Ferris Wheel Hope for Flint studios. Okay, finally, I've been waiting for my friends to be here. I'm beyond over the moon excited to introduce owners of the legendary Loft. Starting to my far right, Rodney Ott.
How you doing today?
Hi, sir.
Thanks for having us.
And next to you in the middle, right, the rose between two thorns, your better half, your gorgeous wife, the beautiful Jessie Williams.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, thank you both for being here. So, Rodney, let's talk a little bit about the Loft. Legendary club, if you will. That's how we define it, as a club. Downtown Flint. Tell us a little bit how long you've owned it and how it's evolved.
Well, I purchased the Loft in 2003. I was actually a bartender there when it was Kelly's Pub for like a year before I bought it. And the previous owner wanted to sell, and it was a good opportunity for him and me, and it was beneficial. And it started off, like we said, 2003 New Year's Day. That's when I started cleaning it up and making it, putting my stamp on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's talk about your stamp, because it was a pub, right? Kind of like, you go and get your beer or whatever, get your fish and chips. You've turned it into a club setting. What made you do that? It's kind of your background.
Well, the reason why I originally turned it into more of a club setting, it kind of evolved into that. When I first purchased it, I kind of ran the same kind of program that they were doing, and I was just kind of following the same format. And then when things started building up in Flint, I decided that, wow, we have a lot of pubs in Flint. You know what I mean? Everybody has a pub, and there's draft beer everywhere. And I was like, if I want to make a change, I expanded the building in 2009, which put me out onto Saginaw, this is how long I've owned it. Used to rent it out to a pager store,
Isn't
when you used to have pagers.
Pagers.
And
we used to get pagers at the mall, Genesee Valley. I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Beep me 911. You know what I mean? Call me. But so I figured there was an opportunity there. There's all these new restaurants that, man, people want to dance and stuff after they had beers or cocktails, and what better place to do it? And I was doing bands, and it kind of like there was just the same amount of bands getting fluctuate.
The same amount of people.
Yeah,
Okay, it was
same amount of bands. They were going to Churchill's, to Soggy Bottoms.
So there was no new talent.
No.
They were just making their rounds.
Yeah, it was just a filtered of the same three bands going to the same three bars.
Right. Well, it's so and it's crazy because it's still like that as you have seen the evolution of Saginaw Street. And you guys have been lasting. I mean, you are a landmark. So there were times when like tumbleweeds were going down the middle of Saginaw Street. And now you've seen this economic development with all these amazing restaurants and amazing things being built. But the Loft still remains an outlier kind of place to go dance. It's really kind of magical. And there's a term called lofted. Can you tell me what that means, Rodney?
Well, I like to consider lofted. There's not too many bars that have their own now, so they kind of one of those things that just grew. It's like
a verb.
You go into the.
It's a noun and a verb.
Oh yeah, noun and a verb. You go into the. It is a verb. That's what a couple of my buddies always said. That's the only bar that I've ever been to where it's a verb to describe it. But it's just one of those things where you can come there, lower your inhibitions. Everybody treats everybody like family. You can dance. You can
chill.
Yeah, you don't know how many people that come during the day that stay late that say this is the only bar or club that I can go by myself and I feel comfortable, where I can sit there and have a conversation with several people, or I can dance with people I don't know and I still feel comfortable. There's kind of a family setting to go along with the club. That's when you think of clubs in Flint, a lot of times there can be violence or different things.
I agree with you. They foresee it as dangerous.
Exactly.
And people don't, with the Loft, you feel very safe, and you're exactly right, and I think it speaks volumes to both of you. I think you two are so inclusive to everyone. It doesn't matter what you look like, what socioeconomic background you come from. You are family to everyone. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, that's pretty much my mission statement, is that I want you to come there, and whether it's Jesse or me or
The staff,
our
yes.
staff, that when they come in, we want you to feel like you're welcome, whether you got, no matter your skin color, your financial stability, whatever it is. We're happy to have you and thankful to have you.
That's right. And they're thankful to be there. I mean, I've been in there. I don't go there. Just kidding. I love it there. I go there. There's professors. You name it, from all walks of life, everyone is there. And it's the same vibe. It's very warm. It's just cool. It's chill, but it's not always chill because your Fridays and Saturdays are a little lit up a little bit. You get a fun, young crowd.
Yeah, definitely. Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I always tell people, they're like, is it okay for us older people to be here? And I was like, yeah, we mix with everybody. And I always tell them, like, at 8 o'clock, each hour after 8 o'clock, it gets just a little bit younger and younger. It's like the older people are like, oh, we've been here for quite a while. Let's get out of here. And then let the younger kids take over.
But once you've got your spot at the bar, you stay there and you're fine there. You just hunker down.
Oh, yeah. You're hunkered down. You're not moving too fast.
And I told you guys this story. I giggle when I come in, and if it's packed, I can't wait to make eye contact with you both. But you're both so busy, and you can't make eye contact with me because you are so busy. It's crazy because you have to get in the zone.
Oh, for sure. And I've always told people that the day that I don't want to bartend anymore, majority of the busy nights, is the day that I don't want to be there anymore, because I feel like when we put our personal touch on there and we say, oh man, good to see you, then people feel like, man, I want to spend my money, or I want to be at this place because they give us they take care of us, and we know the owners. It's just a good feeling, and a lot of those people have become my good friends.
That's exactly right. Well, I know even the downtown crowd, if they're at the Cork or if they're at 501 or other locations, you'll hear them say, I'm going to go see Jesse and Rodney. They don't even say the Loft. They say, we're going to go see Jesse and Rodney. And I think that you two are such a staple in the community. And real quickly, we'll get to your gorgeous better half, but how exciting is Flint? Growing up, we've all grown up here, and we've seen the ups and downs, right?
Yeah,
and we've seen it. And now to kind of see this uptick, this healing, this resurgence, how important is it for you, Rodney? I'll start with you.
Well, it's great to see. I remember, like you said, Tumbleweed, where it would just be me and the torch. I remember being down bartending by myself on a Sunday night, and it'd literally be nobody there for downtown for hours. And now, one thing that I pride myself too is that I don't consider any of the other places competition. I like to support everybody. Like when I make a Facebook post or I'm talking about the Loft, I'm make sure that to go support 501 or the Everson, which is new, or Churchill's even. I like to support everybody, because the more the merrier. The more businesses that are open and operating and doing good things, more people that are going to come down and spend their whole evening downtown rather than just come to the Loft. I don't want people going to restaurants in Grand Blanc and then coming into Flint. I want you to be downtown the whole night because there's so many good things going on.
You want the Flint experience.
Yes.
Which can be an all-day thing. And I think you guys are so beautiful at that collaboration and inclusiveness. You're always like, hey, tonight's barbecue night at 501, at Blackstone's. You're very warm and welcoming, which hasn't always been the case, but you are starting to see Flint, which has in the past maybe operated in silos, all come together. And I will add, I think you love pitching the other restaurants, because I see people bring you guys your dinners from the other restaurants. Yeah. It's really cool. So I'm going to turn this to your beautiful, gorgeous, better half. I don't mean that, but I do a little bit, because she's pretty cool, isn't she?
She's great.
So Jessie Williams, how are you, my darling?
I'm wonderful. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, thank you both so much for being here. And I think, as Rodney had mentioned as well, you two are family. You both represent the Loft. You're a package deal, and
2 for 1.
You're just such light, love, and energy. And we have these great conversations. We're going to get into some of the organizations you support, but you and I giggle because we talk about how the Loft could be a reality show.
Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be great to have that? Oh.
You said
I've
you
binge
wish
watched.
you would binge watch.
Oh.
It could be a Netflix show. We'll talk about that later. We shouldn't give away all the secrets. But we said how you sometimes want popcorn after like 11:30 just to kind of sit and watch.
Just to people watch.
It's an amazing, but it's fun and
It
it's
is.
light, love, and energy.
It is. It is.
People leave the loft and they're like, what an amazing night. It isn't something where they leave and went, oh, the cops came or blah, blah, blah. They say, whoa, what an amazing night. How did you two build this environment? Seriously, how do you think it happened?
I think that, not to toot my own horn, but I think that Rodney and I meeting, I brought another dimension to the relationship because, as you know, he can be very
Abrasive?
in your face.
Okay,
Yes.
aggressive.
Yes.
But he has to be.
Yeah.
He has
So,
running that business
yeah.
in operation is not easy. So he
Yeah.
had to kind of bring that muscle into it. But I see what you're saying. You kind of tapped into this.
Yeah, more sensitive side, more
Mm-hmm.
open, calming side, whereas he's taught me how to be more aggressive, more assertive. So I've gained so much confidence with him being, my
By your
husband,
side.
boyfriend, fiance, and then I've taught him patience. So I just think that, I absolutely love the marketing side, like in college to marketing, social networking. So I think that have fed off each other. I'm like, let me show you this on Facebook to market. And then he's being down here so long, he's built relationships up with all these businesses. So it's just kind of snowballed into this. Just we're trying to include
This
everyone.
very
We're trying
well-oiled machine and team.
we
and
try to
partnership.
understand everyone, all walks of life, and so
I think that's exactly what explains the success. You both kind of bringing out the best in one another and leveraging each other's talents that you're really good at. And that's so funny you mentioned the social media side because someone just mentioned to me, wow, Rodney is all about social media for the loft and keeping everyone in tune on what's going on. But it sounds like you've kind of helped craft that side of it.
yeah, to stay up to date. I can't tell you how many businesses I want to learn more about, and you go to their social media or Facebook, and they haven't updated it. You don't know personally what it is. And with us being there, like Rodney said, the day he wants to stop bartending is the day that we close
That
the
you
doors.
know.
So I do think that when people say, oh, I want to go see Rodney and Jesse at the bar, that's really it really just makes our day to hear that. Just have people come up to us a month later saying, we just had the best time at the loft. We got lofted. Doctors come up and say that, it's skateboarders, anything.
It's everyone.
It's so nice to hear that.
I love that.
And it's always in a positive manner. Like, they're like, oh, last night was wild because, like, there are nights where it's just so crowded. And we know people are hot and tired and they want
Right.
their drinks and we're trying our best.
Right.
But it's so nice for them to say, oh, it's so crowded, but we had the best time.
That's
So,
exactly right. That's exactly right. So also, in conjunction with the business side, you guys are very passionate about the community and you're passionate about the people. And I know you don't hesitate to close the doors to do a fundraiser. And most recently, you closed the doors because I believe you work with Comfort Closet. Tell me a little bit about that effort.
Comfort Closet, my friend Megan Haza, she basically started this from nothing. And she put her heart and soul into this, and she contacted us asking how we wanted to help, any ideas, and we thought that we know so many people that have kids now that are growing up in the area that they want the Flint schools to really flourish, and with all of them closing down, we basically just have Carmen Ainsworth and Southwestern Academy, Classical Academy. So what we did, we asked everyone for a donation, whether it was money donation or to bring in toiletries that a lot of families can't afford, shampoo, conditioner, razors, feminine hygiene products for grades K through 6. So it's a closet inside the studio or inside the school, and that the kids can come or the parents can write notes saying, hey, we're low on mouthwash this month, we're low on feminine products, we're low on shampoo. So they can go there in like comfort and privacy and pick the things out because it's hard.
Expensive.
I remember my dad
Life is tough.
for GM.
We know.
And when we went for strike, or when they went on strike, I remember how hard it was, for my family to afford little things like $5 here, $5 there, and so that's not even a fraction of the struggle that the kids are going through now, especially with the water crisis when they're having to pay a $500 a month water bill. I mean, that's a month's worth of groceries for family that they're having to pay for tainted water. I just don't So we wanted to help out with this comfort closet
Love
just
that.
to ease the burden off the parents.
So you guys, we will continue to help you promote that because you do that intermittently. You'll have these shutdowns and then we'll do some massive fundraisers. And I know you are very passionate about Whaley's and all of these ancillary organizations. But one thing I know from following you both on social media is your love for your fur babies.
Yes.
Those are your babies. And not just fur babies, like you're very passionate about rescues.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an organization you partner up with directly, correct?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Pets in Peril. It's an animal rescue here in Flint, and it's all volunteers. And these people that volunteer, they literally open up their garages to store dog food, dog supplies. They're
Perfect.
going out in the freezing cold, 0 degrees below.
And it's called Pets.
Pets in Peril.
So check them out because we know this is a very important organization.
Yes, I can't tell you how many dogs they saved this winter from the freezing temperatures. That basically these volunteers and Pets in Peril, they will go to houses that the owner said, I don't want to feed them. I really don't want anything to do with them. They're tied up in chains. And the volunteers will go there, play with them, feed them, keep them warm, make sure they're up to date on their shots.
And that's so important because we get you get these animals and you can't afford them, and we know you can't. People don't want them, and you've tried to get rid of them. And please contact them because they can help take care of these babies.
Oh, that's a wonderful organization.
It's hard. It's not, and we get it. It's not your fault. It's not definitely not their fault. You need support, and this is so important, and we love that. I am very partial to rescues because I've had a rescue for 7 years, and I know how it's different. It is. There's something, Rodney. There's something different about these rescue pets, almost as though they're more appreciative. Is that not? Do you not see that?
Oh yeah, it's we rescued a half German Pointer, half Pit Bull. He literally showed up on his deathbed to our door, and it's really changed my life and the view I have on like dog rescues. I've supported other rescues before, but till you have a rescue, there's nothing like it. It's like the love they have for you is even a little bit more than you would go than you'd get like a puppy. More
I agree
thankful,
with you. There is something very appreciative within their whole soul.
Oh yeah,
and their smile and their love for you. So I get it, and I agree with you too because I used to speak from the mountaintops. Go get a rescue dog, and I had labs.
Right.
And when I literally got one, same thing. He fell into my lap. My friend found him on the streets, and she said, "I know he belongs to someone. Can you watch him?"
Right.
Well, one night has turned into 7 years, so it's changed my life as well. So, well, listen. I adore the ground you both walk on. You are total epitome of hope for Flint, what it means to, support the community, but most importantly, your kindness and your love for everyone is really what has brought you massive success. But it wasn't about the success. I think the kindness and the love that you give just comes back to you.
Yeah, I mean, I like to treat people how I'd want to be treated. That's what makes humans great. And I feel like we've gotten away from that, is opening the door for somebody, helping somebody with a pair of socks, or when it's cold outside, or you see a guy that needs lunch. I mean, what's really in the big scheme of things for people that aren't in need like that? What's $5, $10 where you can help somebody,
That's exactly
or the
right.
kids, I mean, especially in our, in the bar, nightclub atmosphere where people are spending a lot of money a night, why not turn some of that into the good,
That's exactly right. And I think because, when times are good, I mean, we're all flourishing. It's easy, right? Things are easy. But we've had some very hard times. And you've seen people, I mean, a lot of times working in that bar atmosphere, they just want to talk to you. You guys are therapists. Right. You really serve, you wear a lot of different hats. But I think, though, like you said, one thing I don't think our viewers and listeners know, you've also opened up the bar to the homeless during, very critical, terrible cold conditions.
Right.
And to do that just speaks volume to the character to who both of you are. So thank you.
Thank you.
We love you. So get in the loft. I'm not going to say this, but someone told me we recommend you get lofted. It is a great environment. You know, if you want to low key chill, we say go Monday through Wednesday.
Right.
When do doors open?
We open up at 5 o'clock Monday through Friday, and then 7 on Saturday.
Okay.
And if you're looking for lofted on the low key, just to chill, come in early. It doesn't really get lofted until after 10 o'clock on the weekends.
We're putting those logistic time frames out there. And then once again, to your beautiful wife, give us those 3 organizations that we would like you to look up and donate and help or volunteer your time.
Pets in Peril. It's PERIL, so like peril.
And you can get that on social media or on
Facebook page. And then the Comfort Closet through Southwestern Classical Academy. You can always call them or contact Rodney or Megan Hayes.
Excellent.
And then Special Olympics is a huge, probably our biggest fundraiser we do all year.
Love that.
Yes, I have a special needs sister, so this is like my blood, sweat, and tears. This organization we have every summer for the CRIM to help raise money for the Special Olympic runners.
So to get involved with that, too, contact Jesse and Rodney. You can call the Loft after 5 p.m. and contact them directly if you want to donate. Or guess what? Swing in there and talk to them personally. Yes. They're very amazing.
Thank you.
Will you both come back on?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We love it. We adore you, Hope for Flint. Rodney, Jesse Williams, you both are Hope for Flint.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You're a sweetheart.